What are website design trends looking like for 2021? Or more importantly, what will websites need to look like and do in order to be successful for 2021 and beyond? I'm V Tanner. I'm an online business manager for speakers and visionaries, and I work on their websites and digital marketing so that they can attract and convert more visitors to paying clients through the power of their online presence. So what are the trends for 2021 for your website? Well, this is what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to need to be more simple and quick, because we live in this environment that is quick. There's so many things have happened. So I'm filming this in the end of 2020. It's December 2020. We're coming to the end of 2020. It's been a bit of a challenging year, shall we say. Lots of things have been happening worldwide that have affected everybody worldwide. And this has had an impact on how we do business online today. We're online a whole lot more, and we're making purchase decisions and purchasing online, doing stuff online. Our being has moved a lot more online than it ever has done. And this is going to be, this is how it's going to be going forward. So how are we going to survive this? How are websites going to be? We need to design websites that are going to reflect this new way of being online. So what does that look like for 2021? So this is what I think. Things are going to be pared down. They're going to be made our website's going to be made so much more simpler for two reasons. Because we make instant decisions. It's this, fast. We make decisions in seconds. And so that needs to be reflected when we arrive on a website. We take seconds, 3 to 5 seconds apparently is what the stats are now, to make a decision whether we're even in the right place, whether to carry on looking. So we have to make that experience for when someone visits the website, it's got to be that they can instantly see whether they're in the right place. Another thing that's coming is Google have also changed their algorithm. So in order to appear in search results, we're going to have to comply with what Google thinks is right. And Google knows, because they collect data from millions and millions of websites, and they can see the trends, and they reflect this in how they rank for Google search results. And it is all about what they've announced is it's going to be more about user experience. And how are they measuring this? First of all, it's going to be about mobile first. They're going to be judging your website and ranking it based on the experience people get when they view the mobile version of your website. Knowing that means what you see on a mobile is very simple, it's very clean and clutter-free. We need fast page load times, so if that page doesn't load very quickly, we haven't got the patience to hang around and wait for it to load. We just hit the back button. That also means no pop-ups, no scrolling banners, because scrolling banners, people ignore them. People perceive them as adverts and they ignore them. And it also distracts, because you're trying to read the rest of the site, and if you've got this activity going on at the top here, then it's distracting them from taking the action that you really want them to take. And another thing that's really important that Google are recognizing is when the page loads, if there's buttons that are shifting about as the page loads, and that gives a bad experience. So that's another reason why we want to keep the page nice and simple, clean and clutter-free. And so how can you tell whether you've got a good design or not? So ultimately, it's a good measure of this is if you've got Google Analytics installed, is seeing what your bounce back rate is. Now, bounces are when someone arrives on your website and then take no further interaction, don't scroll, don't click on anything, and hit the back key to exit it. That is considered a bounce. And as far as Google is concerned, if you have a high bounce rate, if they're sending traffic to you through their search results and people are bouncing straight off, and not interacting with the site, Google thinks, oh, that page isn't relevant, that's not a good user experience. And it will take that into account and decide, well, I'm not going to serve your site up the next time somebody asks for that search query, because it's not answering the question if people are bouncing straight off. So a bounce back rate is a really good indicator to tell you whether people are getting a good experience for arriving at your website. So here are my 3 design tips for website design going forward from 2021. So number 1, keep it clutter-free and simple. And that includes your navigation menu. If your navigation menu has too many options, then that's confusing. They don't know what to click on, and plus as well, it should also be focused on the customer. If those elements in your navigation bar don't help serve the customer, then take them off, put them in the footer. Keep that navigation bar simple. It should be customer focused. Number 2, make sure your messaging is really clear. It needs to convey who you serve and the problem that you solve. And you can use images to convey that as well in the emotion of it. So make sure as well when you're using images that they are optimized for speed. But with images, have them depicting people enjoying the product or the service that you sell. They need to be happy people. You can see their eyes, and that's even better. But that they've had their problem resolved with your product or service, or they're using your product. Those are the best pictures, which means get rid of the pictures of sunsets or moon shining over a nice scene, unless you're selling holidays or something. But those kind of scenic pictures that are moody, they actually don't help your customer picture themselves using your product or service. So that's why I have people in it, because then they can picture themselves being that customer, being happy because they've had their problem resolved. And step 3 is make sure you have a clear next step for them to do that. There's a call to action. Do they call you? Schedule a call. Make sure it's a direct call to action. Nothing woolly or find out more is not compelling enough. So there you go. Those are my tips for website design trends for 2021. Hope they're helpful. If you want some help getting your website fit for 2021, then please do get in touch. I teach people how to build websites, and I build websites as well. Speak to you soon. Bye.